That was a little bit of Hal Ketchum for you. I Miss My Mary. Hal Ketchum is going to be in the Conroe, Montgomery County area. That's right, for Real Life, Real Music on the 15th of May, 13th of May. If you guys don't know what Real Life, Real Music is, I had Kyle Hutton in the studio a couple weeks ago, and he produces this little radio segment called Real Life, Real Music, where he gets the chance to talk to these awesome songwriters and let them play for you acoustic style. So it's a really cool little program, Real Life, Real Music. They're recording Hal Ketchum at Do Music Cafe coming up next month on the 13th. I'm going to be there, that's for sure. And also don't forget, the Kyle Hutton Band's actually going to be playing this weekend. That's right, on the 26th at Do Music Cafe. I think, yeah, he's going to be there. You can go check that out, too, if you have nothing going on this weekend. But, yes, welcome to Mornings of the Lone Star. It's 9:02. I told you about this guest coming in. It's Ryan Dooley's in the house. And, Ryan, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And
it's a great morning.
It is a great morning. It's funny about Montgomery County that I've discovered is early in the year it's really gloomy, and then all of a sudden every morning it gets a little bit better and better and better.
True.
So like this morning it was pretty foggy. Around 8:30, the sun started coming out, and it's always a pleasure to be here in the studio and watch everything starting to develop.
I woke up this morning and. I mean, the past few days it's been cloudy and overcast.
Yeah.
But this morning, you know that new song, "I'm the Man" by Aloe Black?
No.
You need to listen.
I'm the
to
Man.
It. I woke up and I just felt like that song was my theme song this morning. I just felt so great this morning.
Got it.
Got to spend some time with my wife and kid and just hung out, had some coffee, then headed on over here for this interview.
Oh, cool.
So excited. Just a great way to start the day.
That's right. You better have come prepared for this interview. This is serious stuff here on Mornings of the Lone Star.
Man, I got my information right here. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready
good.
to roll, man.
Well, okay, so I wanted Ryan to come in because he is with Dooley Properties, and they're building a couple new places around Montgomery County. And I was like, hey, it's a good opportunity for our listeners to see if they're looking to move. And it's something that they could probably benefit from.
Yeah.
So
we got some new duplexes that we're building, some new units up in North Conroe off of 75. And right now I think they're going to be finished probably mid-May, mid-June. And we've got 3 different floor plans starting around 1,250 square feet and going all the way up to 1,700 square feet. So we kind of fit all different sizes. They're 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And this is a new plan, or these are new plans that we have with a half bath downstairs. So all your bedrooms are normally upstairs. And so we listen to our current clients, our customers, our tenants who are complaining that their guests and themselves had to go upstairs or go outside in their backyard when they had to use the restroom. And so we put a half bath downstairs, and these new units are starting around $1,250 rent or lease. That's on a 2-year lease. We offer a 2-year long-term lease, and they go all the way up to $1,475 on a 2-year lease. And we have granite in them. We have crown molding, vinyl wood
is pretty
floors.
nice.
I mean, they are nice looking units, really good looking, and you can go to our website, dooleyproperties.com.
I'm there right now.
And we'll be posting those new units here probably within the next 2 weeks. We'll put up some pictures. We'll have a professional photographer go out there, take some pictures, maybe a video, and we'll put it on our website for everyone to check out. And you can go ahead and apply for them right now. You can hold them until they're finished with a full deposit. Go online and apply, and you can send that application in via fax or email, or just drop it off at our office here in Conroe. We'll go ahead and approve you, and you can put down your deposit and hold the unit for yourself. When it's ready for move-in, you can come on in, pay your first month's rent, and move on in.
So you're saying that listening to your client base or tenant base, they wanted a bathroom downstairs. Mm-hmm. It's amazing when you go into houses that are completely different from the house you're used to.
Yeah.
And it changes the dynamic. You're like, oh, I have to change my reputation, like my stuff I do every day. I have to use the restroom upstairs.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you'd think it's not that difficult to walk upstairs and use the restroom, but I mean, when you're in a situation where
you gotta go,
you're in that circumstance. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, it's tough, man. It's difficult. So we went ahead and put a half bath right down there, so you can walk straight from your living room straight to the downstairs bathroom. You know, take care of business, and then come back out and join your company that's hanging out in your living room watching the football game coming up this fall. And so we took care of that, and then also some freebies we have as well that are included in your rent are free lawn care. So we take care of the front and backyard. So you don't have to worry about that
now,
quarterly.
Is that because people weren't taking care of it And because I know that's always a huge deal when it comes to residential living. Like, you always got that neighbor who doesn't care.
Well, I mean, that's part of it. You know, we want to keep the neighborhood looking nice.
Yeah.
But we also take care of the backyard, too. So it's not just the front yard that we want to keep looking nice. So we'll take care of both the front and back. We also provide quarterly pest control. And then all the units come with all the kitchen appliances and full-size washer and dryer.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty nice. I mean, I stayed in those units when I graduated from college about 4 years ago, and stayed in that until my wife and I got a house. But I mean, they're great units. My brothers built them, and I mean it's a nice little quiet community.
A little higher standard of living, I guess.
I mean,
the little things are nice.
They're nicer units, but I mean, they're comparable to other rentals around here as far as price goes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the apartments and the single family houses and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're nice units, but it's a fair price.
Now, I got to ask you, because me being a tech person, what's the networking like in the house? Is every room networked, or is it? Each room has internet access. It's upgraded structured wiring. It's Cat 5e. Okay.
In every room, and
so I can hardline. You always got to hard the hard
see,
line.
now you're getting too technical with me. If I had my brother here, he could answer all these questions for you. But as far as I know, it's Cat 5e.
Well, yeah, no, that's
upgraded
hard
wiring.
line. Like, I can actually play. Well, a lot of people don't know. It's like you go into a room, and I'm always like, "Where's the connection? Let's see what they got."
Yep.
And it's like, "Oh, it's Wi-Fi." I'm like, "Wi-Fi? Are you serious?" Like, that's
No, so you have an internet connection in every single room. So 3 bedrooms, you have an internet connection, and then the living room downstairs.
I think that's
so you're hooked
cool.
up, man.
That's cool. That's all I really care about when it comes to a house. Like, do I have internet connection, or is it hardlined?
Done.
Because hardline's so much better. But
yeah.
Well, there you go. That's really cool, man.
Mm-hmm,
So when you guys are building these homes, it sounds like you really do listen to what people are saying. Is there something out there that most people don't really realize that you do for the tenant when it comes to building the home? Like, is there a doorknob you choose to use? Because, like, to me, doorknob, like, to give you an example, I always like going into bathrooms because there's so many different ways of locking the bathroom.
Yeah.
And the ones that I absolutely hate are the ones that they are shaped really thin, so to lock it, you have to, like, turn this little deal. But if your hands are wet or anything like that, like, you can't really get it. And then so you're like, all right, well, do I just need to go be a brave man and just go use the restroom without locking the door and see what happens? And then, but then you also have the ones that are just the standard bolts, and then and then you have the ones that are like the hidden button underneath the doorknob. Let's see, I
haven't seen those before.
You
man.
Never seen those? Yeah, it's underneath the doorknob, like a little. You just push it in, and it like.
Oh yeah.
And it just
I know what you're talking about.
Completely locks down the unit, even if it's not shut. I guess that's the only problem. It doesn't actually lock between the wood and the door. It just locks the actual handle. So
yeah. I mean, we try to. I haven't really paid attention to the door handles on our bathrooms, or the amount of slippage that we have.
It's a problem sometimes.
I mean, I can tell it's probably a problem we need to pay attention to. But
I mean, if you don't feel comfortable locking the door, I'm like, all right, this guy's gonna walk in on me.
We don't put bathroom doors in our It's just wide open, and it's just.
That's a joke, folks. I really hope you know that.
But we put some large cabinets in our kitchen, so they're 42-inch cabinets.
That's
so
good.
People like storage usually, and in our newer unit we put a little more storage in our garages. So people were looking for that, and so we put a little closet in our garages into one of our plans called the Frio. And by the way, we have 3 plans: the Frio, Brazos 2, and Pecos.
Now, who comes up with those names?
We name them after the counties in Texas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, those are some things, and then the upgraded wiring, and we have, little knickknacks. Like, it's pretty cool. This was my brother's idea. He put a little Lone Star above the door frame in each one of the units, so it's kind of like reminds you of Texas. A little Texas feel there, a little Texas flair. I don't know. I mean, that's about it. I mean, nothing to do with slippage on the door handles or worrying about wet hands grasping a door lock or anything like that. But I mean, we'll consider that for the next. Phase.
Just when it comes to locking the doors and things like that, I gotta know if I can lock the door. It's important to me.
Absolutely, man.
One thing I've noticed, it probably has something to do with the homes, but now certain homes have the infrared or motion sensor lighting system, especially in the bathroom.
Oh my
Because you
gosh.
can walk into the
Yeah.
bathroom and it just turns on, and then
Yeah.
when you walk out, it just turns off.
Yeah.
And because most people, for some reason, leave lights on. Like
Oh,
it's a horrible
ridiculous.
habit to develop.
Yeah.
But especially with the bathroom, a lot of people don't realize when you turn on the fan, because a lot of people turn on the fan thinking, oh,
The
it's gonna get the
exhaust fan.
stink, it's gonna
Yeah.
get the stink out.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave because they don't want to be with the stink, so they leave it on, so they don't have a timer on it. So just you walk behind, like, what is that noise? Like, and then you're
Yep.
like, someone left the fan on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We don't have anything that fancy in those units, but that would be more in our custom home side with La Jolla, putting those infrared sensors and the.
well, I guess it's really the question is the flexibility of these units. Like, say I'm a tenant, what am I allowed to do? Because say that's
Oh well.
like say I have a mother who's disabled and I like your
Yeah.
units. What's
Well,
available for?
we have a one-story unit that's made for it's handicap accessible, and so we put wider doors in there, and wider bathrooms, wider hallways, and it's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and so we sell that, or we lease that out to a lot of elderly tenants, people that are handicapped.
Do you have to be handicapped? Like, say
you-
I like that.
Heck no! I mean,
Okay.
you can. We got one of my friends leased out one of our units. It was a 2-bedroom. Just we call that one the Colorado, and so we
These names are great.
we leased that one out to them, and they're a young married couple and perfectly healthy, and they enjoyed it, and it's been great space for them. So no, you don't have to be handicapped or elderly or anything like that. But
I always feel bad when those options are available, and I'm like, can I do that? Like, is that okay?
go to
Like,
the hotel and
yeah, I'm like, is that something?
the extra space is always good.
I
man.
like it.
Hey man, I agree. Whenever I go to a hotel, my wife and I love to get those extra large rooms with extra space, and we love that. I, mean,
I
that's
always
perfect.
walk into corners of doors, so I'm like, I need an extra wide door, so I don't, I don't know why it is, but
Yeah.
I'm hanging out here with Ryan Dooley of Dooley Properties, talking about a new property location doing for duplexes, and we're gonna take a quick break. It's 9:14. We got the Mark and Cindy show coming up. Music right now. We're gonna do. What I like Holly Hicks, so I've been playing her quite some time. I guess a lot actually. And so this is Better Off Friends. We'll be right back with Ryan on Mornings with Lone Star.
Hello, this is Dennis Nelson, inviting you to come with me through the doorway of imagination and into the theater of the mind. The Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour presents a play every Saturday night at 7 p.m. on Lone Star Internet Radio. Be it drama or comedy, thriller or love story, every exciting episode is carefully chosen straight from the golden age of radio and performed live by talented actors, musicians, and sound effects crew. Every sound you hear will be 100% live and homemade. Anything can happen. So join us, please, every Saturday night at 7 p.m. for the Players Theater Company Old Time Radio Hour, right here on Lone Star Internet Radio.
Do you ever wonder what's going on in the business community? Are you looking for ways to get plugged in? Cassandra Roshan here, Director of Membership Development with the Greater Conroe, Lake Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce. And I would like to invite you to tune in to Chamber Chat. Tune in the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. so you will be in the know for all Chamber happenings for the month. Each month, the Chamber offers 2 free lunch and learn sessions, a networking breakfast, business after hours, membership luncheon, as well as many other special events throughout the year. I will give you a rundown of all programs and events for the month, as well as interview our speakers and hosts of these events. So grab a cup of coffee and tune in to Chamber Chat the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Chat with you then.
That was Cody Abbott. Damn this river. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. I am hanging out here with Ryan Dooley of Dooley Properties. We're talking about a new property development over the north side of Conroe off North 383 and right there off 75 Fraser. And we're talking about these new homes and especially the little knickknacks I like in these kind of homes, of course. But it's funny that you have what's neat about this location and is you do service the lawn. And
Yep.
I'm not kidding you. Like you notice when you go into neighborhoods, that's one of the funniest things because you always have neighbors who are really into the presentation of the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They'll literally put sticky notes on your door, like, oh, hey, your trash can's visible,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I mean, the little town audience or like the little
Mm-hmm.
subdivision, what we call it. I like those kind of people because they're a lot of fun to mess with.
Yeah.
But but with you seems like you guys just take care of everything.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah, I mean that's kind of part of it. We want to keep the neighborhood looking nice and presentable, and I mean the yards are really one of the most. I mean those are probably the. One of the biggest problems that you could have with a house is people just not having time because they work 24/7, which I mean happens, and they just don't have time to go out there and mow, or it's a circumstance where you have the wife stay home and the husband's out on the oil rig or somewhere, and so she doesn't have time to take care of the lawn because she's taking care of 3 or 4 kids. And so we provide that service to maintain the look of the neighborhood and also help out our tenants as well. And so it works out pretty well. And then also just we want to make sure that our tenants aren't storing stuff in their driveway, like old cars on blocks or something like that. Or
you don't like that?
that kind of hurts the look of the neighborhood
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
agree.
So we kind of let them know helpfully that we don't want that in the driveway. But it's been great, and I mean those units are those are our pride. I mean we love building those units and making them nicer in each phase. So this is our 6th phase that we built out there. The 16 units that we have, and we have plans to build some more in another section of actually an MISD. So we're looking for, actually we have land right now. We're developing it and we're trying to figure out how many units we can squeeze in there. And so those will be in MISD, not CISD. And so those will be another block of, I hope we can get about another 16 or 18 units. But so it'll be a fun new project for probably the end of this year, 2015.
But the one right now is going to be ending up in May and June. Kind of that's where we're going to be finishing.
Those will be ready for move in probably beginning of June. I'll put those on the website probably mid May, mid to late May, and we'll put some pictures on there. We'll put an example of each different plan from the Brazos to the Frio to the Pecos. So
no Colorado. No Colorado. Where's the Colorado? Well, you got these cool names.
So there's 4 plans out there.
So there's Colorado. I wasn't making
there's
it
a
up.
Colorado.
All right.
There's the Colorado is the 1 story, and then we have
the
3
Colorado
other.
is the good one. That's the handicap.
That's your
one,
big
right?
handicap.
Yeah, that's the good
large, wide halls, and that's your big comfy 2-bedroom. But we'll have that pop up. I think actually we have one right now that's on the website. It's 45B Woodland Hill.
DooleyProperties.com. I'm actually there right now.
Yeah, DooleyProperties.com. You can go to the property listings, and there's one that's available for move-in August 1st, and it's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Each bedroom has its own sink and walk-in closet, and then they share a tub shower combo and a toilet in the middle. But it's nice. It has 5-inch baseboards, vinyl wood floor, tile backsplash, 42-inch cabinets, and then it comes with all the appliances, full-size washer and dryer, backyard with a patio, fully fenced.
Yeah, that's not that far from here at all.
No, I mean it's probably 10
minutes, yeah.
about 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
So not
This is
too
cool.
bad.
I mean, I like wide halls. I like that.
Yeah, man. I mean it's a great little unit for for a single guy or just a single person or a young married or handicap or elderly or whatever. I mean it'll work for a bunch of different people. So we got that going, and then we have La Jolla Homes we just hired on, and so let me paint the picture here. So I did this for you already, Dick. Let me kind of paint the picture.
Okay.
We have Dooley Properties, which
Okay.
does the rentals, and then we have La Jolla Homes, which does the custom homes, builds custom specs and all that stuff. So there's 2 different companies, and they're all under one company, a corporation that's Terra Firma Development Corporation. So
Terraform?
Terra Firma, like
Okay.
land.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, Terraform? Why? What is this? I thought you were
So
going
La
sci-fi
Jolla.
on me. I like it.
So La Jolla, we just hired on a builder partner, and he's helping us out with doing our custom homes because Sean, my brother, is busy with the duplexes, so he's going to be building out in Buffalo Springs. And right now we're trying to find land because there is no land out there that is worth building on. There's no lots. We can't find lots that are worth building on for homes right now, for spec homes. I mean, the land that we do find, the lots are either in a bad location, they're overpriced, they're too small, or
Or it just doesn't make sense.
yeah, or it just doesn't make sense. And so right now we're trying to either get in with a new development so we can buy up some lots and start building that way, or we're going to find some acreage and start developing our own little neighborhood again, and probably build out maybe 100 lots, maybe make them a half acre or so, some large little estate lots to build some $250,000 to $500,000 homes, and try maybe do that in MISD as well. I mean, because that is such a great area and a great school district. I mean, just like CISD, but I mean, things are kind of expanding out that direction, so it'd be fun to get into.
Yeah, it's amazing to know what people are really looking for, especially when it comes to school districts. That's sometimes that's the reason people move.
Oh my gosh!
And the building world's always kind of been interesting to me, because mainly in the long run too. Especially if you look at the Houston area, how it's like shifting. It's literally there's like a color pattern of shifts of going on where people are moving, rebuilding, tearing down, moving in, and especially up here with the growth in Montgomery County, you're going to see a lot of different ideas, and especially how you're going to be working, because like the north side of 336 or 336 on North Fraser, I mean, like I didn't even know that was going on. Yeah. And now I do, and that's 10 minutes away from here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the growth that's happening here, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the next 10 years, and I mean, with all these corporations moving here, and it's just amazing. I mean, the stats, I'll have to pull that up, but
I pulled them up.
You got them?
Yeah.
I mean, the number of people moving here, the number of homes being started, I mean, it's just continuing to increase with each year and each month. And I mean, that's just something that we're trying to take advantage of right now, is just, I mean, just like every other builder. I mean, that's why there's just a huge shortage of lots, is because every builder is buying them up so stinking quick and putting a house on it and selling it. And people are just moving here in droves, and it's just been so great for this economy out here.
But so we're sitting here with Ryan Dooley of Dooley Properties. Make sure to check out dooleyproperties.com. We're talking about this new development area over on North Fraser, north of Loop 336. Right there, it's 10 minutes away from Conroe, north on Fraser. We're going to take a quick break with Ryan, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how we can properly toilet paper a house over in this neighborhood. I think that's what I kind of want to talk about. But yeah, we'll be right back on Mornings with Lone Star. Here's some Mario Flora with "Lit Your Lonesome End with Me." We'll be right back.
Let's go to Lukenbach, Texas.
Tired of Waylon, Willie, and the boys? Join me, Gordon Lockhart, for Beethoven, Bach, and the Boys, every Saturday from 8 to midnight on Lone Star Classical Music After Dark. Symphonies, concertos, and sonatas by composers such as Mozart, Tchaikovsky, and Bernstein. That's Lone Star Classical Music After Dark, every Saturday from 8 to midnight on irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Internet Radio is now bringing you the weekly business hour show each Monday morning at 11 a.m. My name is Rick Schisler, and I will be your host. Each week we will be bringing you local, area, and national business news that you can use. The program will also feature an interview with a local or national business person who will share their own experiences, successes, and failures in operating their businesses. Our show is for anyone who already owns a business, whether they work solo or have employees, and for those who are thinking about starting their own businesses. A bit of information about myself. Again, my name is Rick Schisler, and I am a Silver Fox advisor who has over 40 years experience as a serial entrepreneur. As a part of our show, I will offer some advice and encouragement on our monthly topic, and I will take your questions by email at rschisler@silverfox.org or called into the station at 936-647-3776. See you on the radio Monday at 11 a.m. for the weekly business hour.
Jason Indy, forget about the truth. You're listening to Mornings at Lone Star. Don't forget, you can send your song requests through our Twitter at our handle. I guess that's what they call it. The handle, IR Lone Star. Or you can just visit us on Facebook at Lone Star Internet Radio. You're hanging out with me right now. The Mark and Cindy Show is coming up at 10 o'clock. Like I told you guys, the folks from Driving Miss Daisy, which is playing this weekend on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then also the next weekend for the last show for Driving Miss Daisy. Some of the cast, I believe, is in the crew, are going to be in the studio, which sounds like a lot of fun for the Mark and Cindy Show, because yesterday's highlight was eating fruit outside because it tastes better. I think this is going to be a little higher quality show, I hope. But I'm still sitting here with Ryan Dooley of Dooley Properties, DooleyProperties.com. What's going on with them is they're building new residential homes for lease and rent. I guess it's practically the same thing. Yep. Up in North Conroe, right here actually on Fraser, go all the way north on Fraser to 75. I guess it is 75. Mm-hmm. And it's right after the loop.
3083. Right after. So if you're heading north on 75, you'll pass 3083, and then there'll be a quarter mile north of that on your right, Woodland Hill, and you just take Woodland Hill and go all the way down. You'll see them.
Happy Trails Antique and Resale. It's right there on the opposite turn. I'm on Google right now. I'm looking and checking out what the surrounding area is.
Great landmark.
Yeah.
There's a paintball facility right across. Gas station and. I think that's about it. That's all. Oh, there's a golf cart place. I forgot the name of that place. They're popular. They're always busy. I'd love to buy a golf cart from them.
So can I get a golf cart for the neighborhood? Would that be allowed? Be like a beer cart? Well, what is? There's got to be some ridiculous stories about having properties like this. There's always that one guy in the neighborhood who's just, he has a huge barbecue grill, or he has the inflatables in front of his house, or I'm talking about, just once a year. Probably, actually, let me give you a story. Probably one of the most insane things I've ever seen a neighborhood party, because people have neighborhood parties, which are typical, like Halloween or whatever. Well, this neighborhood throws a crawfish boil, and it's so big that they have to get police.
Oh my gosh, man!
Yes, it is. It was over in spring, and it was this. I'm like, where are we going? Like, we're going to our annual crawfish boil. I think it was like the 9th annual. They have T-shirts. And
that's how you know you're having a legit party, is when you have to have police there.
Yeah, to direct traffic.
That's pretty intense.
Because the whole neighborhood, all like from the corners, everyone comes to it. And I've never seen because you can go to restaurants where they do crawfish, and they usually have the big boilers and stuff like that. This thing had a electronic crane to lift the crawfish out of the boiler to dump it into the serving deal. That's
awesome.
This was in some guy's driveway.
That is freaking awesome.
And I'm going and they bought it. They bought this thing. That's how dedicated they are to.
So this machine is only for lifting crawfish out of the boiler.
It's a giant boiler, and it has the cage, and there's the I guess the pulley system, this electronic pulley system.
Oh, okay.
Kind of reminded me of how they load boats.
Yeah.
Because it's really slow, and I was like,
gotcha.
Like that, and then all this crawfish, all the potatoes.
A ton of crawfish.
Oh yeah, and I'm sitting there. And I'm looking around. This is during the day. And I go, wonder what happens at night here. Because basically it's BYOB, and all these people were coming. And basically the only reason I was invited was because we knew one of the neighbors. And they invited us. Like, hey, you got to check this out.
Yeah.
And I wanted a T-shirt. That's really what I
wanted.
wanted.
Heck yeah.
But, they had T-shirt. It had art on it. It said, 10th annual, 9th annual, whatever.
That was legit. Heck yeah.
So I'm telling you, neighborhoods, you got to have parties like that. And there's always one guy or some group of people who do it, especially for Super Bowls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what's the most ridiculous one you've ever seen?
Oh man, I don't think I've ever seen. Not on our properties, not on Woodland Hill.
We don't allow that over there.
It's not that we don't allow it. I've just never seen it. We're actually talking about doing something like that for our properties or for our tenants, throwing together a little get-together party. But in my neighborhood. I live in a neighborhood in Conroe, and nothing that wild. We don't have cranes.
I think that's a special occasion because
2 tons of crawfish.
They've been doing it for 10 years, so I imagine it literally started with just a crock pot.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh hey, we're gonna make some crawfish,
and then it just grew.
invite the neighbors, and the neighbors invite their neighbors, and the neighbors invite their neighbors. So it literally grew across the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And and then of course they get people like, if you get 100 people coming over, like, hey, everyone bring $5.
Man, that would be.
And then every year you're doing that, and it's like, oh, bring $10, and then finally it's like, hey, we're gonna get a cooker. Everyone donate $50.
And then we're gonna get a crane.
We're gonna get this crane thing. I mean, it was. Oh man, that was cool. That was. And they had porta potties.
Dude, porta potties.
They had porta potties.
Were they handicap porta potties? Large, roomy?
They had them lined up. It was impressive. You're in trouble, man, when you have the police and you have the porta potty thing. I'm like, is this a festival or like? I go next, because that's what actually I said that. I was like, so next year, who are we getting? We getting Stoney LaRue out here, or like, what's going on? What Texas country singer are we gonna get out here? This is a residential neighborhood.
That sounds intense, man. I would love to be a part of that, but my neighborhood, no, we're pretty quiet. I mean, we have one of the older guys that pretty much keeps an eye on the neighborhood. So every time I drive out to go to work in the morning, I'll see his garage door open, and he'll be sitting in his lawn chair, kind of just scoping out the neighborhood, checking on things, making sure everyone's yard is in tip-top shape. He's the first one to report anything to the HOA if there's a violation.
Man. So he's the guy.
And then we have a guy that gets around in a scooter as well, and he's an elderly guy. And so I'll see, we have a lot of construction going on in our neighborhood. And so I see him pretty much every other morning. He's on his little Vespa, his little scooter, and he'll drive around and check out the construction. He'll just sit there for hours and hours just looking at the construction. Just nothing to do. And so I think
eating like a bag of grapes or something. I can see that. Oh man,
prunes.
That's right. Oh man.
But I mean, it's our neighborhood's pretty quiet. We don't have any raging parties or anything like that. But I think the elderly people kind of keep us in shape and make sure things are in, tip top. So nothing there, man. But I wanted to talk about this Exxon campus real quick. I mean, I know this is exciting news to you, but
well, you mean the building they're doing on 45?
Yeah, all the people they're bringing in and what's going on down there. Because I go down downtown every now and then, and you see all those cranes and all those buildings and the Grand Parkway they're building.
Oh, yeah, they already started doing the bridge.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's nuts.
It's amazing what they're doing. And I heard a story, and I can't confirm its validity. I don't know if
this isn't the truth, folks.
Yeah, so let me just put a little asterisk there. But I heard a story that the Department of Transportation did not have the funds to pay for the Grand Parkway, and so Exxon stepped in and said, you know what, we'll do it. And so they got together some investors and made the Grand Parkway, and it's a toll road for Exxon, and this is a $1 billion plus project, more than that probably, but I mean that's amazing to me.
They'll probably make that back in like 3 years.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no way. I mean, Exxon makes probably $1 billion a day just in revenue. I mean, I think
that's a wild claim. $1 billion.
No, it's not. No, annually, these
okay.
people make. These people.
You said a day.
No, I know.
Okay.
I look it up.
Okay.
I've seen these statistics on Exxon makes about I think the last time I looked last year for 2013 it was about $400 billion in revenue, and so they make at least
so they can build
$1 billion.
parkways.
Oh heck yeah, they can do whatever they want. And so this project they have going on now, I'm reading this little article online. It's let's see, they have 10,000 people moving into that campus, and it looks like 2,000 are coming from their campus they have in Virginia. The site is 386 acres, and it's just a bunch of buildings. I think there's 20 buildings there, and they have a huge.
So you're trying to throw a party there?
Yeah, man, a little But I just think that's amazing. I mean, that one corporation can do all of that, and it's so good because all those businesses that are coming in to support them and bring in all those employees and build that infrastructure, and I mean, they're all moving in here to the Spring and Montgomery and Conroe area, and that's exciting for everyone around here in the next 10 years. So I wanted to just share that. I'm excited about it, and
you should be.
I mean. Yeah, I would hope that you would be too.
Yeah, I mean, as new listeners and everybody, I want them to come check out the studio, especially if they have a party out there. I want to be out there. I like going to parties.
Heck yeah, man. So wanted to share that.
That's cool. Well, I'm sitting here, folks, if you didn't know, with Ryan Dooley of Dooley Properties. He's talking about a new development area up in North Fraser, all the way by right north of 3083, right?
3083. There you go.
3083. There's 4 numbers there.
I know it's complicated.
4 numbers there, and it's a nice little leasing area. And it's like, right? Is that? You gotta help me.
Just stick with rent. So
Rent.
you'll go out and rent them. You'll rent
Yeah,
rent the properties.
But if you want to check them out, check out dooleyproperties.com. That's
Mm-hmm.
Dooley Properties, DOOLEY Properties.com. Ryan, thanks for coming in.
Hey.
Is there anything else you want to tell the audience besides, Exxon, 10,000 people, and then they're going to charge us to use their roads? Is there anything else you want
Man, that's the only good news I have right now. I mean, that's about it. That's all I wanted to share. So
So they won't be having a crawfish party and maybe a
As
water
far as I
balloon
know.
fight. I don't really know. It depends on what goes on over there. We'll update you guys just in case. But we got great music coming on right before the Mark and Cindy show. They're going to be on at 10 o'clock with the folks from Driving Miss Daisy. That's happening this weekend and next weekend at the Crichton Theater, put on by Stage Right Productions. Ryan, thank you so much for coming in. Music coming up. We got some Core Blund. I'm going to play him next. I like that guy. Mike and the Moon Pies. That's going to be pretty good. Brett Mullins and the Josh Abbott Band. But you know what? Every piece of property needs to have cows around. Am I right? That's what this is. Some Core Blund. I like this guy. This guy has a good song about always having cows around. So, folks, we'll be back with the Mark and Cindy show at 10 o'clock on Mornings with Lone Star.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio, serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.